What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Super excited about today's video because we are going to be checking out something we've been wanting to check out for quite some time now, and that is the UK's most bizarre, rude, and disgusting pub names and their origins.
Sorry, I'm just seeing the first one.
Dirty Dicks.
I was a little surprised when I read the article title.
Yeah.
But I guess I shouldn't be surprised because we've seen plenty of inappropriate street names and dessert names.
Yeah, very much so. I mean, think about it. If you go back hundreds, if not 1,000 years in some cases, just like the street names, for example, you're going to find that in a lot of cases the words meant different things.
Yeah.
Oily Johnny's in Cumbria.
Oily Johnny's.
This pub was once named the Oak Tree, but is now called Oily Johnny's.
Interesting switch. Okay.
It was renamed on the request of a regular to the pub in honor of a man called Johnny who used to sell oil on the premises.
That's actually really sweet.
All right, that's not what I was thinking.
No. Same, but I think you just have a dirty mind.
All right.
Tavern Sink?
Tavern Sink.
I guess that's how you pronounce it.
I don't understand why this would be rude, dirty, or disgusting.
Bizarre.
Oh, bizarre.
So it could just be random and weird.
Tavern Sink, the highest pub in Pembrokeshire, translates to the pub made of zinc. The building is constructed of corrugated metal, which was commonly used in the second half of the 19th century in Britain for industrial buildings.
I actually really like that name, Tavern Sink.
Yeah, that's a very smooth name. Yeah.
Nice.
I don't think it's disgusting, but it's
a little bizarre.
It's a little bizarre, I suppose. Yeah. The Strawberry Duck.
That's cute.
The area around this pub was once frequented by ducks, hence the name. Okay, that makes sense.
Oh, I didn't see the spelling. A strawberry. It must be a place.
Oh,
must be like a town or something.
Yeah, I didn't see that either.
I was thinking strawberry.
Yeah, I was too.
The fruit.
Okay, all right. The gates hang well.
The gate hangs well.
Does your gate hang well? Does it wobble too? And well, that doesn't work.
Was once the location of a toll gate, and it's believed that is how it's got its name. The gate hangs well.
Were you thinking of that song when you saw that for some reason?
I wasn't until you started.
I don't know. I'm always like that. I'm always thinking of these old like rhymes and stuff with sayings like that. The gate hangs well.
I like it.
So far, I actually like the names instead of them being disgusting. They're not very disgusting so far, or rude. I wouldn't call any of these rude. I think some people would say
Dirty Dicks is a little.
Well, that wasn't
rude,
one on the list. That was just on top.
No, but it was the one.
But Oily Johnny's, some people could potentially construe that as rude, but The Footman. All right. The Footman is a pub in Mayfair, famous for its sign, which used to read, "I am the only running footman." Footmen were originally employed to run ahead of carriage to ensure the way was clear. One footman bought the tavern called the Running Horse and renamed it after himself.
Interesting. Okay. I didn't know that was ever a profession.
Me neither. And so far, I find this list just to be interesting, and I like the name.
Yeah.
But again, so far, haven't seen any disgusting names.
Although I will say the name The Footman, because I'm not British and I don't know of this profession in history, I think of feet, and that makes me not want to eat there, go there.
I wasn't thinking like that.
And yeah.
Yeah, I think that's just a you thing. Ooh, this one looks nice. The Mayor of Scaredy Cat Town.
Oh my god.
This is a relatively new pub, so the name doesn't have much historical significance, but it's rather bizarre. Yes.
I love it. It's very memorable.
That is the most memorable pub name I think I could come across, so far, at least.
Where are you going? Oh, I'm heading down to Mayor of Scaredy Cat Town.
I love that. That is so unique. That is so awesome. The Three-Legged Mare in York. This pub name may sound like a three-legged horse, but it comes from a medieval term for gallows that can hang three people at once. Okay.
A little dark.
That is a little dark. I'm guessing that has to be a pub that has been around for a very long time to have that name.
Maybe, or maybe they just
come up with it recently.
I don't know.
I wish I knew the ages of these. That would be
I wish it did.
That would be really cool context because it would be able to. Okay, that makes a lot of sense versus it doesn't. But in this case, I would think this would be an older pub. The Moon Underwater.
Oh, I like
Manchester.
it.
The Moon Underwater is a pub in Manchester city centre in the building of the former Deansgate Picture House Cinema. It is named after George Orwell's essay, The Moon Underwater, describing his ideal pub.
That makes me want to read that now.
That's so cool, man. I love this is one thing that I'll be really excited to do when we get over to the UK. I would
all the
love
pubs.
not only see the pubs.
Well, I mean, we literally couldn't see them all.
No, there's like thousands, I believe. But like to actually be able to like see some of the history and possibly visit some of the oldest ones.
This one doesn't look that old.
No, it doesn't.
But
no.
It looks cool.
Yeah, it does. My father's mustache in Lincolnshire. There doesn't seem to be any history to the name, but the pub is referred to as the Stash.
Nice. I wish you would grow just a stash.
No, she's always telling me I need to shave everything but the stash. I don't know. I just don't.
I love it. I love that look.
I don't know.
I'm glad it's making a comeback.
Do you think I can pull it off?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
Might look more like a cop. But...
That's what she always tells me. Put on the aviators. Crocker's Folly in Maida Vale. I have never heard of that place. Have you?
No. The story goes that Frank Crocker, believing he had a reliable tip-off about the site of the new terminus of the Great Central Railway, built the pub to serve it. However, when the terminus was built, it turned out to be over half a mile away at Marylebone Station. Well, that's a bummer.
That's a beautiful pub, by the way.
That is.
Wow.
I love the ceiling.
I wonder how old this one is. I mean, I guess it's not too old, right?
Not too new.
I mean, the building looks pretty old, doesn't it? Like the inside.
Yeah, if it's original.
Yeah. That's beautiful, though, guys. I'd love to visit a pub that looks like this. Mm-hmm. It's just compared to what we could do here, I feel like this would be a very unique thing for us.
Yeah.
The Goat and Tricycle. This modern pub with a humorous name features a goat riding a tricycle on the sign. Okay,
that's
well,
cute. I
think I know where the name come from then. Again, though, look at this pub, man. I love the pubs are so unique. Like they all have just a unique, different look to them. Yeah. They were designed completely different, and I think that's part of it. I think a pub is like meant to be unique compared to other pubs. I think it's one thing they do when they design a pub.
Mm-hmm. And it reminds me of Weatherspoons because when we did the video on Weatherspoons, we learned in the comments that literally every Weatherspoons is different and they're based on their location and how they name it.
Right.
So I think that's really cool.
Yeah. So I think a lot of pubs probably represent the locals of the area in some way. Cock and Hoop. Okay. From 1833 to around 2000, the pub was the County Tavern Public House. It was taken over by the owners of the Lace Market Hotel and renamed Cock and Hoop in the early 21st century. I'd like to know where that name come from. It didn't tell us how that name got its origin.
All right.
What do you think? What do you think the name comes from?
I literally have no idea. I can think of like a modern explanation, but I don't think it was around back then.
Let's don't describe that. I think I know where you're going.
Anyway, moving on.
Now,
family friendly.
I'm pretty sure this has got to do something with a rooster.
I could understand if it was like cock and coop.
Cock and coop, but cock and hoop. What's I don't know if anyone knows. If anyone's ever been to Cock and Hoop, let us know if you know where the name comes from. Bull and Spectacles, Staffordshire. Bull and okay.
I can think of another word that rhymes with spectacles. That's not where it went.
Bull and testicles.
Well, I was trying not to say it, but
this pub was originally called the Bull's Head, but many years ago, a drunken man climbed up the front of the pub and placed his glasses on the bull's head and left them there.
I love that. That's such a quirky story.
That is.
I love that they changed it because of this.
That is awesome. Where's the bull's head?
I don't know. Maybe they took it down. Maybe they were having too many problems with.
But I love that. But I thought they were doing a play on testicles. I literally did. I thought that's where they were going.
I didn't. Not really.
But the fact is, they were just. It was just a unique story. I love this building too. Again, this is just
this is traditional country inn.
Oh, that's it.
Can you stay overnight there? It kind of looks like they have rooms.
That would be such a cool place to stay. like a place like that looks like this. It's old, got a little old pub in it, stuff like that.
Because we're totally not used to that. So.
No. Dennywick's Inn in Gloucestershire. Dennywick's Inn is named after a field behind the village. It is said that the owner used to charge a toll, but locals would jump the gate on horseback to avoid paying. This is reflected in the current sign.
Oh, I love it. Look at the poster up there.
What's it say?
It's
a horse jumping over the fence. You know, it's interesting. So it says the owner of a field behind there used to charge a toll to, I guess, just come across his field.
I guess, to come through.
You know, that's interesting because I know now, generally speaking, you pretty much can walk anywhere. We learned that. You know, the trails are everywhere and you can walk through anywhere basically.
Right to roam.
Yeah, right to roam or whatever. And you can't really trespass. I'm sure there are some cases where...
There's nuance, I'm sure.
Yeah, there's probably some places you can trespass, but as a whole, it seems like you could just come through the field. Maybe that is something, more new than maybe used to that wasn't the case.
Yeah.
Young Vanish.
So that sounds like a rapper name or something.
Young Vanish. Ooh.
Young Vanish.
That's not where I was thinking. That's not.
What were you thinking?
The Young Vanish.
Ooh.
Yeah, I was thinking of that's dark, right? But I'm guessing that
it's named after a racehorse of that name from the 19th century.
Again, another cool looking pub though. Wow, man, this is just showing us like how unique each of the pubs are and like.
But that makes sense.
Yeah, it does. The Cat and Custard Pot in Kent was supposedly called the Cat and Mustard Pot, but a mistake by a sign maker led to it being renamed.
I kind of like custard pot.
I did too.
That's cute.
I did. The Cat and Mustard Pot was still. I still question
it's still cute.
Where that come from, but Cat and Custard.
That's cute. I love that they just went with it.
Yeah. And this was a mistake that actually made it better in my opinion.
Quirkier.
Yeah. Like Cat and Custard is better than Cat and Mustard.
I've been seeing on a lot of these signs it says free house. What does that mean?
Free house. Oh, I see what you're saying right here.
And on the other sign. At first I thought it said tree house, but I was like, no.
Yeah, guys, if you know, I'm sure a lot of you do know.
House, and maybe
whatever a free house is, let us know in the comments.
Maybe it just means like everyone's welcome. Like
maybe. I'm guessing it's not free to stay, obviously.
No, but
yeah, it's obviously probably something to do with your welcome here, everybody. There's no dress code or something like that.
I don't think there's a dress code in any pub, but maybe I'm wrong.
Yeah, I don't know. I've never learned that. I'm guessing most places
they're pretty relaxed.
Yeah, but I'm thinking there are probably some upscale pubs that maybe there is some sort of
here's a question. If it's upscale, would it be considered a pub then?
Yeah, I know that is a question. But if it is upscale, I imagine that, for example, just like here, there's some places you can't go in if you're wearing flip-flops.
Right, but I feel like, maybe I'm wrong, I don't know a lot about pubs, but just the general vibe I get about pubs is
everybody's welcome. It's
come
a
as
public
you are,
house.
hang out, like no pretenses, like it's where you're not, there's no class segregation.
And that is one thing we actually learned, that like when, I can't remember how exactly it was described, but when people come into a pub, basically the titles go out the window, and you might be someone that's like considered lower class, but all of a sudden you're hanging out and drinking with someone that's upper class. And I think that's really cool if that is the case, because I know in the UK you guys have the class system is still around more than it is here, I think. And so that is a way that kind of seems to break that class system in some ways. Of course, we've never experienced it, but I think that's what we both are probably kind of
under
guessing.
the impression of.
Yeah. Round of Grass.
Is it grass or graw?
The pub was the original home of the famous asparagus auction, which was the main crop in the area at the time, so the name celebrates the local tradition of asparagus growing. Okay, Does it mean grass? Oh, wait.
I don't know.
Okay, I'm confused. I was thinking
correlation there.
Because if it was grass, I could see how you correlate that with like little stalks of celery looking like grass. I don't know. I'm not sure about this one.
Oh,
I don't know. I can't picture where this. Because is it gross or is it grass?
It looks French, like
it does. Gross. That's what I'm thinking.
I don't know.
Yeah. Who knows? Okay.
Asparagus auction. Interesting.
Yeah, that is interesting. I've never seen one of those.
I didn't know it was in such high demand.
Yeah, me neither. Las
O'Gowrie.
O'Gowrie. I like the name.
That's cute.
I love that building too. Well, that's so cute.
Legend has it that the original landlord of this pub was a Scotsman who named the pub in honor of his favorite poem, The Las O'Gowrie, written by the celebrated Scottish poet Lady Carolina Nairn.
All right, that's cool. Las O'Gowrie. Bob's Smithy.
Why do I feel like I've heard of this one?
Yeah,
Smithy.
it does sound familiar for some reason. I know, I was thinking the same thing.
Or maybe I've just heard the term smithy.
I was then thinking, am I thinking of Bob Evans? Bob Evans is like some it's a chain restaurant here.
A very not good quality.
No, it's not fast food, but it's like also not high quality either. It's like I don't know how to describe it honestly, but obviously it has nothing to do with that. This pub is named after the blacksmith who spent more time in the pub than he did at work. I think there's probably a lot of people.
I love that. That's funny.
I think there's a lot of people who've probably done that over the years. Spent a lot more time at pubs than at work. The Quiet Woman.
Is this wishful thinking? The sign for this pub is a woman carrying her own severed head.
Oh.
Okay, a little darker.
Okay.
Literal.
Okay. I thought that was going to have something to do with the owner, like with his wife,
Just
talking about his wife as a joke.
Yeah.
Joke about his wife or something like that. Yeah.
Because women talk a lot, but that's not true in all cases.
No,
obviously.
it's not. I think I probably talk more
Oh
than
my gosh.
Lindsay.
I feel like you guys know this already.
Yeah, I do. I think what it is, I'm more expressive in general than you are. You're very like, here's what it is. Here's my thing, here's my idea, and I'm just like, I have to explain it, yeah. But the Quiet Woman, that
severed
is
head.
That's definitely got darker quickly than I thought it was going to be. Oxnoble, Manchester.
Takes its name from a Victorian era potato. Well, they better live up to the name and serve potatoes.
Yeah, Cask and Craft.
Where do you see that?
On the door.
Oh, Cask and Craft.
What does Cask and Craft mean?
Cask, isn't that
wood? Like a barrel?
Yeah, like for making alcohol or something.
Okay, that's interesting.
Craft.
So
like craft beer.
Yeah, so does it have something to do with two types of beer?
Like different types of alcohol, I think.
Yeah. I think it might. Pub food. I'm excited for pub food.
Specialty gin.
I have a feeling you can get good fish and chips in a lot of pubs. I have a feeling it's just like something they do well for some reason.
Oxnoble. Interesting.
Yeah, that is interesting. Ooh, nice building. Oh, I did too.
Peveril of the Peak.
Manchester. Manchester's got a ton of really interesting looking pubs,
right? So
yeah, I know, but I'm surprised we haven't seen more from like London.
I've seen a few, but yeah.
But Manchester, like there's all these really unique like buildings like this.
I know Manchester has really cool libraries.
Yeah.
So. Peveril of the Peak is named after a stagecoach that used to make the run from Manchester to London in only 2 days. That's cool.
Oh. Well, so far we're almost halfway through, and I gotta say, I disagree with the disgusting part so far on that.
Yeah, at least so far, I feel like that was mostly clickbait.
Yeah, like to me, this is more of like interesting, definitely unique. Yeah. You could say bizarre. I think
quirky. Yeah,
quirky is probably if I'm gonna describe this in one word, I think quirky might be the best way.
Yeah,
do you agree? Mm-hmm. Yeah, but I'm wondering if we're about to get into the disgusting, rude ones. Guess we'll see.
I guess we'll see.
The Lion of Vienna.
This pub in Bolton is named after Nat Lofthouse of Bolton Wanderers Football Club in England, who earned the nickname during England's 3-2 victory over Austria in 1952.
All right. I mean, that's pretty straightforward. I love the look of this one again. It's beautiful.
Yeah, that looks like a library to me.
Yeah, it does.
A pub.
Yeah. Ooh, that looks spooky.
I like this. Ye Old Trip to Jerusalem. Why do I feel... Did Ghost Adventures go here?
That's what I was thinking when I saw the building.
We used to watch the show Ghost Adventures.
Yeah.
And they did a trip over to the UK or Europe as well, maybe. And I vaguely remember, I feel like they went here.
I did too. It's
supposedly haunted.
Yeah, and as soon as I saw the picture, I was like, "Oh, this looks spooky." And then I was thinking, where have I seen this from? And I think you're right.
The oldest inn in England.
Okay, yeah. Or Did I actually look into this or I don't know. For some reason, I feel like
familiar.
Yeah, I don't know. We're going to have to see if we've actually looked into the oldest inn in England, because if we haven't, that would be something for us to look into. But for some reason, I recognize this.
It's believed that the pub received its name because King Richard the Lionheart supposedly gathered here with his men on their way to Jerusalem in 1189 AD.
Wow,
That would be a
1189
really
AD.
cool place to see.
Yeah. If a place is haunted,
it would definitely be
I think it might be this. Yeah. That is beautiful though. Like that really looks like quintessential England, like old England to me. You know what I mean? That, like, before I ever started this journey, if someone were to ask me what I thought, to draw a picture or find a picture of what I felt like an old England building looked like, this would probably be it.
Yeah.
It's just got that old world look, right? Beautiful. Ram Jam Inn. I recognize the name for some reason.
Now closed, was a historic pub in Stretton, Rutland, England, located on the west side of the Great North Road, about 7 miles north of Stamford. It was frequented by the highwayman Dick Turpin in the 18th century, and it's alleged that one of his confidence tricks inspired the pub's name.
Ram Jam Inn.
I know that name, Dick Turpin. Why do I know that name?
Yeah, I know. I was just saying the same thing. We learn so many like different facts.
Yeah.
That sometimes we know something, but we can't remember where we learned it.
I heard it on our channel though.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know where I've heard that from, but I agree with you that I know the name for some reason. Ram Jam Inn. I've heard of that for some reason. I know that name.
It's closed down now.
Yeah.
So it seems like there seems to be a pretty high correlation of inns and pubs being together.
Yeah.
At least in the older ones.
And I think that makes sense, especially back in the day. You know, you go back a long period of time, people come from out of town. Not only do they
traveling through, they need someplace to stay.
Yeah, not only do they want to drink, but they also want a place to stay and get a meal. And so you go to a pub/inn and you have everything you need right there all in one. The Dirty Habit. Okay. Yeah. All right, Lovely Terrace. The Dirty Habit is on Lovely Terrace.
Aww.
I like that.
This 11th century monk's ale and cider house on the Pilgrim's Way in Hollingbourne was once used by pilgrims traveling to Canterbury.
All right. Honestly, that building doesn't look that old. I mean, it looks old, but like it doesn't look the age that it seems to be.
Yeah.
That's an 11th century monk's ale and cider house? It doesn't appear to be.
I guess because it's pretty nondescript. Like, it's not, it's more...
Yeah. I guess that is, it kind of has the at least what we're seeing, we can't see the top. Yeah. It looks like there's something else up here. But
there's not much character to what we're seeing.
Compared to what you expect from that time period.
I think it's just because it's really close up, but...
Yeah. The Q Inn. The pub has the shortest name in England.
I wonder if that's why they did that.
It was named after an earlier pub that closed in the 1930s. Okay. The Q Inn. Okay, again, we got an inn and a pub together. Okay. The Q. I mean, like, that's very easy to remember.
Memorable, yeah.
Hey, I'm heading up to the Q. Camel and Artichoke in
Here's
London.
One in London.
Started life as just the artichoke in the late 18th century and is understood to be something to do with the route taken by market traders with vegetables like the then exotic artichoke. The London pub then became the Elusive Camel. In 2006, these two names were merged. All right. Hob in the Well, King's Lynn. This pub is said to have been in existence in 1796. Its name comes from an 18th century play in which a messenger boy acting for a pair of lovers is thrown into a well by a wicked uncle. All right. Hob in the Well.
Again, free house.
Man, that's true. I've never noticed that before. Free house. I think you're right, though. I think a free house is probably just everyone's welcome.
Yeah. Would it be like similar, I wonder, to public house?
That's what I mean, I don't know, but it would make sense to me.
Babbity Bowster
in Scotland.
The building, now known as Babbity Bowster, was erected in the 18th century as a townhouse. Babbity Bowster was an old Scottish country dance that was often used to finish off a ball. It also became a children's game with different rules in various parts of the country. Babbity means bob, and bowster was the wheel shaft in a watermill. That is so cool.
That is cool.
I love it. It's
Very
so
unique.
catchy, too.
Yeah.
Babbity bowster.
Babbity bowster. Babbity, 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 babbity bowster. I love that. That is...
It sounds like a dance.
It does. Babbity bowster. Hey, baby, you want to go and...
do the babbity bowster.
Do the babbity bowster? The babbity 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 bowster. Babbity bowster. I love that. I really do. I love that. That's awesome. Babbity bowster. I'm going to be saying that all the time.
I doubt that's how it's like actually pronounced in Scottish tongue, but
No, probably not. Yeah, I'm sure it sounds different. The Nobody Inn. This pub takes its name from the unfortunate moment during a former landlord's wake when his coffin was brought back to an empty pub.
Awful. That is so sad.
Wait.
Aww.
Wait, so like, was he his okay, a former landlord's wake?
I'm assuming, maybe I'm wrong, but I'm assuming it's because he wasn't a popular person and nobody liked him. Or...
Yeah, because I was thinking maybe back in the day they brought like landlords or pub owners coffins to the pub, so everybody paid. That's where they did the funeral kind of thing.
Yeah, like a wake.
But no one literally showed up.
That's sad.
That is sad, man. You gotta wonder. You gotta wonder about a story like that. You gotta wonder. Like, I'd love to.
Was he like a really mean person?
Right. I'd love to know about this actual individual and see like what all that was about.
Or maybe it was just a miscommunication. People thought it was on a different day.
The polished knob. All right.
Finally.
I get my wish.
The polished knob. It used to be called the Black Swan before being renamed to bear this hilarious title in 2011.
Look at the sign.
I know. It's very eclectic.
Yeah, I could not read the sign like to begin with. Like I can see knob now. I can see polished here, but all right, the polished knob. Very interesting.
Ape and apple.
All right.
That's a catchy one too. That one rolls off the tongue. The ape and apple.
The ape and apple went up the hill to catch a pail of water.
To fetch a pail.
Fetch a pail of water to catch one.
The Ape and Apple in Manchester is a relatively new pub, so the name doesn't have much historical significance. The sign on the front of the pub makes the name's meaning clear. A chimpanzee sits holding an apple on a beer barrel with a pint of ale. That's
interesting. So you got to wonder, in a situation like this, especially the newer ones, did the name come first or the sign? You know what I mean?
Which came first?
Which came first, the name or the sign?
I don't know. It probably depends on the instance.
I would guess the name, right? Yeah. I mean, because I don't know, though. You never know.
A lot of these newer ones have such hipster names.
Yeah, they do, actually.
And, posters.
Very true, yeah. What's it say? Good food served daily. Okay. Cool building. Mm-hmm.
Oh.
The Drunken Duck.
I really like the look of this one.
Yeah, it is cool.
A 19th century landlady of this Lake District pub apparently found a group of ducks lying still on the floor of her cellar, seemingly having expired after drinking beer spilt across the floor.
Wait, can they not? I guess if they drink enough of it?
The story goes she assumed them to be dead, prepared them for cooking, only for the ducks to regain consciousness just as they were about to be put into the oven. Okay.
Is that where the term lucky duck comes from?
Ooh, maybe.
Ooh, look
at you.
Ooh.
It reminds me of a Mia Shirk-Spotter story.
I feel like you've been hanging down at the pub too much today.
And she was from the Lake District, so I want to say this might be a tall tale, but it's still a cute origin story.
All right, yeah. The Swan with Two Necks, Newcastle. This name dates back to Elizabethan England when good Queen Bess gave swans as gifts, marking each of them with two nicks. Over the years, this was corrupted into necks. Okay. I mean, that's a very easy to understand.
It really meant the swan with two nicks, but the swan with two necks.
You know, it's... I really find it interesting seeing all the pubs that are standalone buildings because usually when we've seen them, whatever videos we're looking at, we've come across pubs. I think almost every time they've been in a larger building with other things.
Right, like a row of...
Right. It's very rare. I don't even know if before this I've seen standalone pubs.
You know, it might have something to do with the location, like if you're in a smaller area.
Oh, yeah, that's true,
more rural, quaint,
absolutely,
village type area, you're more likely maybe to have a standalone pub.
This looks like an inn as well, but I'm not sure if it is. I mean, because think about it. I don't know, like, when I see buildings like this, I'm like thinking, man, this looks big for just a pub. You got the upstairs and everything. Like, what do you do with the upstairs? Are people up there drinking and hanging out? They have maybe a VIP section.
VIP.
I don't know.
It's a pub.
Yeah, no, I'm just saying, like, you got to wonder what's going on in the upstairs, considering the bar is probably in the downstairs.
Maybe it's a don't ask, don't tell kind of thing.
Or maybe it's just, I don't know, like, do they usually have pool tables in pubs?
Yeah, I think a lot of times they do.
Yeah, so maybe they're darts and pool tables and up there, snooker, Yeah, probably.
And we know how big a snooker table is, so you got to have enough space.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, it's probably snooker over pool, I'm guessing. Yeah. The Bear and Ragged Staff, Oxford. The pub name refers to the badge of the Earls of Warwick and also has links to bear baiting, which is a blood sport in which a chained bear and one or more dogs are forced to fight. Oh my goodness.
That sounds awful.
That does sound awful. Wow. I've never heard of that. I think this is probably something that doesn't happen anymore.
Sounds cruel.
Yeah, that's horrible. I wonder if they used to like raise dogs just for that purpose.
I'm sure.
And you gotta wonder, like, where were they getting bears from? Like, bears weren't ever in the UK, were they? Or ever in Great Britain?
They must have been.
Were they? I don't think they are now.
Unless they took the name. I don't know.
I don't know. Who knows?
Well, someone knows.
Well, yeah, someone probably knows.
Not us. Here, let me see. I gotta look that up now. Okay, so it says... The brown bear has been long extinct in Britain at least 1,500 years ago.
Oh, wow.
Possibly even 3,000 years ago.
So no one, basically, since any of these pubs have been around, has had access to bears from Britain, during their time period.
It says, bears have a long history in the UK. However, evidence of them in the fossil record stops around the end of the medieval period, 1066 onwards. Okay, so, After this, bear remains are only found in London, probably due to bear baiting arenas. So this was like really early on. There were arenas for this. Wow. Yeah. Okay, that's interesting. I have never heard of this before. Neither. But, wow. Bucket of blood in Philip. The origins of this name are apparently based on an incident in the pub which took place around 200 years ago. The landlord went to draw water from a well and instead put up a bucket filled with blood. A mutilated corpse was found at the foot of the well. Whoa. Oh, that's gory. You got to think back when that's where you got your water from, was a well, and people, threw whatever in there. Yeah. Dead animals, dead people. Like, you got to wonder, like, what people were drinking at one point. Ew. I can't imagine it. Ew. The leg of mutton and cauliflower in London. What's that say? Ashstead? Ashstead in Surrey is home to the leg of mutton and cauliflower. It is thought that the name references the produce of the livestock and field. Mm-hmm. I mean, that's very simple. Leg of mutton and cauliflower. I mean, it's very long, too. Yeah. Simple, not really. I like the look of it, though. Yeah, it's cute. Oh, another one. Look at that. The jolly taxpayer. I've never heard of a jolly taxpayer. Are they trying to subliminal message people? It was given its name because it was based near an inland revenue office. Oh. I don't... Now, the jolly tax man maybe, but the jolly taxpayer I don't think exists. Oh, look at that one. The case is altered. I really like the look of this one. Okay, that is a unique name. The case is altered. It's like... It refers to a legal expression, and the phrase became known when Ben Jonson used the name for his 1600 play. Huh, okay. Oh, man. I'm excited to visit some of these. Yeah. Pussy Nancy's? We're probably pronouncing this wrong. It's probably not quite this inappropriate.
Okay.
Maybe it's Poozy Nancy's. Poozy Nancy's.
Pussy.
Hostelry.
Pussy Nancy's?
Can you stop? Is in Mauchline. Mauchline is named after a former landlady who's buried in the churchyard opposite. That was her name?
Okay, I'm not making fun of her name.
No.
But, like, the way it sounds is just like...
In modern times.
Yeah, in modern times. Pussy Nannies. Pussy Nancy's.
Can you stop saying it?
The Jolly Baggers...
House?
Is that what this is? House?
I think it means house.
Okay.
I think.
All right.
Hostelry. I assume like hostel, somewhere to stay the night.
This one might be the most, the weirdest
Lost in translation
one
over
I've seen.
time.
Yeah, this is definitely probably it. She doesn't even like the way I say it.
It's mostly about how much you're saying it.
All right, well, you say it. How would you say it?
I'm not going to say it again. Stop.
All right. Bunch of carrots. Hereford. It was owns its name to a rock formation in the nearby River Wye that resembles a bunch of carrots. Mm-hmm. Okay. I was expecting that to be something to do with like farming carrots or something, but
a bunch of carrots.
Right, a bunch of carrots.
I like it.
In Hereford. The Eagle and Child in Oxford.
There's a pub in St. Giles Street, Oxford. The first record of the pub's name is from 1684 and is said to derive from the crest of the Earl of Derby. The crest refers to a story of a noble-born baby having been found in an eagle's nest.
Wow.
Yikes.
All right. The Bear and Billet, Chester. The Bear and Billet is a public house at Lower Bridge Street, Chester, and was built in 1664 as a townhouse for the Earl of Shrewsbury. Its name is taken from the heraldic device of the earls that consists of a bear tied to a billet or stake.
Again, I feel like this might have ties to that bear baiting.
I love the look of this.
I just see the windows.
This is a beautiful. Look at the windows.
It's literally like windows the whole way up.
And I love the way these windows look. I don't even know what that is. I don't think I've ever seen windows like that. They're just like little panes within the big pane. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Wow. This looks very short, by the way, here. I don't know if it's just because we're above. It does.
Look at the people standing next to
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. They look like they're almost as, surely this woman's probably
probably what it is you go in and you step down.
Yeah, so I'm thinking that too. Like, yeah. But this looks like it's no more than 6 feet, maybe a little higher than 6 feet right there. But this is an incredible facade here. I love it. I love that so much. Ooh, that's awesome. That's beautiful.
That is really pretty.
Okay, you remember how earlier I was talking about dress codes and upscale pubs? I'm telling you, if there is such a thing as that, this looks like this might be an upscll pub. If an upscale pub is this,
Philharmonic dining rooms. Yeah, that sounds fancy.
Yeah, that sounds very Philharmonic.
The word Philharmonic means music level.
Yeah, Philharmonic Orchestra. Mm. You know, can't think of what they play, but I've heard them for some reason. Yes, I know music. I'm saying what songs they play because I know of them. I can't picture what they play though. What's that? We hear them every year near Christmas.
Ooh,
that's not them.
No.
That's not their name.
What is Trans-Siberian Orchestra?
Trans-Siberian Orchestra. Yeah, they play like rock classic. They play not classic rock, but rock music.
Classical music.
The turn into rock
style, like rock music turned into classical style. I guess
classical turned into rock. Yeah, it'd be.
I guess
it'd be classical turned into rock.
Yeah, I guess you're right.
Anyway, it has nothing to do with this, but. This is a public house built around 1900. Okay, I must say this is
that's beautiful.
This you think this looks like the most upscale pub, at least from the outside that we've seen so far.
Yeah,
I mean this looks.
I would be a little intimidated to go into this pub
in just plain clothes. Mm-hmm. It looks like a place you need a suit on or something.
I mean, maybe not that.
I'm not saying you do. I don't know nothing about it. But I'm saying looking from the outside, if a pub was going to be upscale, this appears to be what I picture in my mind what an upscale pub would look like.
Even the name sounds fancy.
Yeah. I don't know anything about how that works.
Dining rooms.
Dining rooms, really. Ye old Cheshire cheese.
Cheshire cheese. Cheshire cheese. Cheshire cheese. Cheshire cheese. Cheshire cheese. Cheshire cheese. Cheshire cheese. Cheshire cheese. Cheshire cheese. Cheshire cheese. Cheshire cheese. Cheshire cheese. Cheshire cheese. Cheshire cheese. Cheshire cheese. Cheshire cheese. Cheshire cheese. Cheshire cheese. Cheshire cheese. Cheshire cheese. Cheshire cheese. Cheshire cheese. Cheshire cheese. Cheshire cheese. Cheshire cheese. Cheshire cheese. Cheshire cheese. Cheshire cheese. Cheshire cheese. Cheshire cheese. Cheshire cheese. Cheshire cheese. Cheshire cheese. Cheshire cheese. Cheshire cheese. Cheshire cheese. Cheshire cheese. Cheshire cheese. Cheshire cheese. Cheshire cheese. Cheshire cheese. Cheshire cheese. Cheshire cheese. Cheshire cheese. Cheshire cheese. Cheshire cheese. Cheshire cheese. Cheshire cheese. Cheshire cheese
The grade 2 listed public house on Fleet Street. I've heard of Fleet Street.
I have too. I didn't know it was a real place, though.
I don't remember where I've heard of it. Fleet Street. I like the name of it.
Isn't it like in a movie or something?
I have no idea. It's bizarrely named after cheese. Well, yeah. It was rebuilt in 1667 from an original tavern destroyed by the Great Fire of London.
Charles Dickens was a regular patron.
Wow, man. That's what I'm talking about.
Cool. All the history.
The history you'd find in some of these pubs, man, is really insane. Cool. Like, really is. But I saw it and I thought cheddar cheese. Cheddar cheese. Chester cheese, yeah. I'm gonna give me some Chester cheese. Sun in the sands and a drink in my hand.
Yeah, isn't that a Jimmy Buffett song?
Yeah. The sun in the sands between Blackheath and Shooter's Hill in London takes its name from the sight of the setting sun amidst the dust. Kicked up by sheep herded by drovers from Kent headed to London. Sorry, it was... I couldn't see it for a second.
The sun on the sands.
This one looks like...
Not really what I expected from the title.
No, but this looks like a very plain pub. This one doesn't seem to have the character we've seen in some of the others.
I think it's misleading. I think on the inside, if you look at it, it's probably like... pretty cool.
No, I think that's what I'm saying.
It's an unassuming one from the outside.
No, I believe that. I believe that for the most part, almost all the pubs are going to look very cool inside.
Maybe they do that to not attract tourists. They keep it local.
They could. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if some pubs are like, man, we don't want to deal with the tourists or whatever, But especially if I don't know, in smaller areas, I could imagine that might be the case. But then again, tourists bring in dollars, or pounds if you're in the UK. Suns in the sands and a drink in my hands. Ooh.
Oh, this one looks like
The Lad in the Lane.
Lad in the Lane, that's cute. It reminds me of Holiday World. We have a theme park here.
Yeah, that does, yes.
That has like different sections of the park based on different holidays. Mm-hmm. And so like all the buildings in that particular section.
So it's like Christmas Land or whatever.
Yeah, this reminds me of the Christmas.
I don't know what it's called. Is it Christmas Land? I can't remember what it's called. Christmas World or something. Christmas Land. Yeah, it doesn't matter.
It's got the Tudor style.
Yeah, I love that. Love it, love it, love it. The Lad in the Lane is a pub in the Bromford area of Birmingham, England, dating to the year 1400. It said the young boys murdered on the grounds of the pub, and this is where the name comes from. Okay.
Oh.
When I saw the Lad in the Lane, I assumed it has something to do with it.
It sounds so sweet, and then
I wasn't really thinking. I was thinking, but I wasn't thinking that. I was thinking it was just a boy standing in the middle of the road. Well, that's what I was thinking.
It just sounds like a lot of these like have like a name that sounds kind of cute and charming, and then like you hear the story, and it's like, dang.
Yeah.
It's dark.
Blind Beggar Pub in London. The Blind Beggar on Whitechapel Road in the East End of London was built in 1894 on the site of an inn which had been established before 1654 and takes its name from the legend of Henry de Montfort. It is where Ronnie Cray murdered George Cornell. Oh, wow. Man, all right.
Oh, yeah.
All right.
I mean, I guess it makes sense that things like this happen a lot near pubs because... when people have been drinking, tensions can run high or they can, make you go crazy, I guess, sometimes.
Yeah, and not just that. I think, especially, maybe not as much today, but still probably today, but especially you go back before modern times when the pub was such a integral part of the local community. That's where you would find everybody. So if you were waiting to do something to somebody, you just got to wait for them to come out of the pub. They're going to be there at some point, right? And so I think that's probably why that would be, why you'd have such horrible incidences taking place near pubs, especially, decades or centuries ago. All right, guys, that looks to be all of them. I thought there were 50, but we're missing one. But this was incredible, guys. I definitely learned a lot about pub names.
I too, and I learned about bear baiting, which I didn't know was a thing.
And the crazy thing to me is just how unique each pub is. I feel like when I've gone to bars here in the U.S., bars are pretty much they're all generally mostly the same. There's some differences.
You have some with like different themes.
Sure.
But it's not the same.
It's not this level at all. And the history behind all these pubs is insane. I mean, it's incredible.
I think the history is what really sets it apart. Like the pub culture in the UK versus, obviously.
Yeah, like we definitely don't have the level of history with our bars that you guys have with your pubs. You know, now we do have pubs, but I've had very little experience with pubs myself.
Most of them are like newer.
And I feel like you don't find, like, I've never really lived anywhere with, like, many pubs. Now, thinking back, I used to call what my dad owned when I was younger and I worked in when I was really young, I used to call that a bar. But now I look at it and I consider it a pub based off of
the definition of a pub.
Based off of what people in the UK consider to be a pub. My dad actually owned a pub, and I always just assumed it was a bar because I don't know when I ever first heard the term pub, but I was an adult. I had literally never heard the term pub. It was only bar.
We hadn't really used it here.
Right, and I'm guessing that some of our bars we would consider pubs based off of what the standard UK definition of pub would be. You know, a bar that serves some food and you know, and basically, except one of the differences I've learned in pubs in the UK, generally speaking, most pubs, from what I understand, it's okay to bring kids. You can bring the family, you can get a meal there. And probably not in every pub, obviously,
right.
But I think most pubs are kind of family friendly, and it's just the meetup spot. This public house is the meetup spot for the community.
Isn't that what pub is short for? Public house?
Yeah. But this was incredible, guys. Such interesting names, and every name had an interesting story. And it's just really fascinating to see just how interesting the designs were and whatnot.
And to be honest, I'm sure this list could have been much, much longer because I'm sure most pubs in the UK have very unique names and stories. One
thing I would like to point out is I completely disagree with the exact wording of the title of this. I didn't think hardly any of these, maybe a few, some people might consider a bit rude, but like most of them weren't rude. I don't think any of them
were just kind of like strange or quirky.
And I don't know what we're going to title this video, but I'm thinking probably something like strange, quirky, bizarre, or something like that, because I think that fits.
Yeah.
But I can't call these disgusting as a whole.
No.
I can't call these rude as a whole. There was a few like the Pussy Nancy's.
Oh my gosh, he just had to get that in. He just had to get that in
What's
one more time.
Polished
knob.
Polished knob. I won't go to where I was about to go with that. But there are a few of them that were like, in today's, the way the words mean today, they were quite funny.
Yeah.
But overall, this was a very interesting list, to say the least, guys. And I'd love to look at something like this again in the future. Hopefully we could find a list that was even more like, really like, crazy, over the top names, you know what I mean?
Yeah, if you have a pub that you frequent or you know of that has a name that would fit this list, please let us know in the comments.
Yeah. Anyways, guys, thank you so much for stopping by. Please click that like button. Feel free to drop your comments or suggestions about this video or others. And don't forget to subscribe to continue to follow us on our journey. Until next time, guys. Peace.